We had almost 3 weeks of preparation where we met for several hours. We worked Saturdays and Sundays, so we really dedicated to it, where we investigated, we used scholar research documents, scientific documents, so we can prove our point.
And you obviously successfully did because you're holding on to the plaque. Let me ask you then, is gender identity a product of nature?
Yes, sir. It's a product of nature.
How do you explain that to a young person, let's say a young boy or a young girl just entering puberty, without causing more confusion than they're already experiencing?
Well, there was the case that we presented from Christina Olson from the University of Washington, where she talked to them and she referred to them as either they're confused or not. And we stated that it's deeply held with children. So it's not a product of, or it's not a confusion within them. So we talked to them. So she talked to them, and her research proved that children indeed are not really confused of their gender identity. They perceive themselves as male or female, but it's deeply held. They know if they are male or female or how they feel about it.
And another way you can also explain this to a child is just by asking them, are you a male or a female? And they will easily identify themselves as either being a male or a female.
So earlier in our discussion, you were saying that there are 3 genders. Do you believe that children should be asked, are you male, female, or transgender? Because I think you identified that there are more than 2 genders.
Probably if we do not identify this next gender, they won't be able to explain it, but understand it. But a child can identify himself as being confused, which will then lead to the transgender spectrum, which there he is if he is a male and has a lot of estrogen in his body, and he starts becoming, with his behavior and expression as feminine, then he definitely won't be able to right away explain it, but later on when he understands it, he will definitely identify himself as being a transgender, and the same comes for the female.
So you're saying that if we go to an average preschool in the country of Belize, you have research to show that if a child is asked if they are male or female or transgender, you will find children that are saying they're confused as to whether they are male or female. You have research to that.
We definitely do. We more than likely, well, we can't assure that we will find, but there are cases where children are sure, and that will definitely lead them to becoming this transgender person, either becoming the homosexual or bisexual. Sometimes they keep their identity, but they're bisexual. To the both sex.
How do you define the word gender identity? Because I think the entire debate was circled around definition of a term which itself is debatable today. So what definition did you use for gender identity?
Well, our definition was gender identity is one's one's perception of self as being a male, female, or transgender. And that right away holds the grounds that it comes from within. It is internally, and no matter how much society tries to push it, we can still stand firm to identify ourselves as what we were born.
Now you go up against Corozal Junior College, St. John's College, Sixth Form, and Ecumenical Junior College. What will be the preparation leading up to next month's finals?
I think we can learn from every debate what we probably have been short of, and I think there are great opponents coming up, right? They're strong, and so are we, and we're gonna prepare, and we will try to defeat them in the other debates.
How long in advance do you get the topic you'll debate?
It depends. Last time it was 2 to 3 days after the debate, so hopefully they keep the same time frame and we can start work and research on that.
Any particular person who stands out as helping you to get to this stage and to propel you forward?
Well, of course, our coach. He is a great part of the team. He keeps us motivated every day, And well, we wouldn't be a team without him, Dr. Cuellar, Martin Cuellar.
And we also have a little bit of the support of the senior team, which weren't able to participate due to their amount of credit hours, which qualifies them as senior students or college students, bachelor students. So we were elected, and we put in the amount of hours that we think we deserve to win. Yeah.